Hi everyone, I am Vibhor Shegil from sabitashegil.blogspot.com and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will review my Havells 13 fin oil-filled radiator heater and I will provide you all with a detailed guide on how to buy room heaters. Now, if you have read my blogs, then you probably might be aware that I have written several posts on various topics including small and large home appliances, electronic gadgets, etc. The amount of love and appreciation that you have bestowed on my work is really commendable, and I really thank you all from the bottom of my heart. However, if you are coming across my work for the first time, here is the glimpse of some of my blogs. I will also leave a link of my website in the description. You may check out my blogs from there. I hope you will find something of value from my fathers and my experience. To reciprocate the support that my blogs have received from you, we have come one step closer and have launched this YouTube channel, The Smart Shopper. In this channel, utilizing our experience in the consumer electronics department, we will help you buy the best consumer products available in the market that offer the most value for the money spent. In our videos, we will also make you aware of some of the cost-cutting techniques some manufacturers resort to using in order to increase their profit margin and in turn deliver a substandard product to the consumer that has low shelf life and requires very frequent service. So without further ado, let's begin with this video. This is how we will proceed with this video. We will start with the basics first, understand how a room heater works, then we will discuss the different types of room heaters available in the market and which one would be suitable according to your needs. Following which, we will discuss the cost-cutting techniques some manufacturers resort to using. Then we will see what are some of the best products that are available in the market, which are not only very safe to use but are also very efficient in heating the room and thus offer the most value for the money spent. We will conclude this video by my review of the Havells 13 fin oil-filled radiator heater that I purchased 2 months ago and have been using it every day since then. Now let's begin with the working of room heaters. A room heater is a consumer appliance that relies on a component called heating element to produce heat. Heating element is made up of several high resistance value resistors. When electric current flows through the heating element, it encounters resistance in its path. This resistance converts electrical energy into heat, which is then dissipated into the surroundings via either a fan or by the means of radiation, in case of oil-filled heaters and quartz heaters. Now, after learning how a room heater works, let us proceed to discuss the different types of room heaters available in the market along with their pros and cons. There are primarily 3 types of room heaters: the fan heaters, the quartz heaters, and the oil-filled heaters. And in this video, we will discuss each of them in detail. Let's begin with the fan heaters. A fan heater operates on the principle of convection of heat, where the heat generated by the current passing through the heating element is dissipated to the surroundings by the means of a fan. Now, obviously, this method of transfer of heat has its fair bit of advantages and disadvantages. Let us take a look at them one by one. Advantage number 1. Fan heaters are one of the cheapest heaters available in the market. Therefore, if one is sure one would require the use of heater only occasionally, fan heaters make for a good choice. Secondly, the fan heaters are quite economical to use as well. Due to their less power consumption in comparison to oil-filled heaters, the electricity bill remains well within the budget. Now let's move on to the disadvantages of fan heaters. As with every device that makes use of a fan, including one's laptop, the fan heaters too might be a little noisy to one's liking if one prefers complete silence while sleeping or while working. Next disadvantage of fan heaters arises from the fact that they reduce oxygen and moisture level from the room. Though one can keep a glass of water in the room to replenish the moisture, oxygen levels still take a hit. Therefore, one is better off going with quartz or oil-filled heaters if one has infants or elderly people at home. The next 2 types of heaters, that is the quartz heaters and oil-filled heaters, rely on radiant heating to directly heat the surface of objects. Fan is not necessary in case of radiant heating. Now let's take a look at the pros and cons of quartz heaters. Quartz heaters are very effective bedside heaters. Therefore, if one remains away from home for most part of the day and requires heater only while sleeping, quartz heaters make for a great proposition. Additionally, since heat is dissipated by radiation in quartz and oil-filled heaters, there is absolutely no risk of oxygen or moisture depletion. Second advantage of quartz heaters comes from the fact that there is no fan to dissipate the heat. Rather, dissipation occurs only by radiation. Due to this, there is absolutely no noise produced by quartz heaters, so one can sleep or work in utmost silence. Now coming to the cons of quartz heaters. Quartz heaters rely on short-wave infrared heating to heat the space. Therefore, the range up to which quartz heaters are effective is limited, as a result of which heat is localized and only the person sitting or sleeping near the heater will benefit from the heat. The person who is farther from the heater would not benefit much from the localized heat. Apart from localized heating, quartz heaters tend to get extremely hot. Therefore, one must be cautious when the heater is turned on. Pets and animals must be kept away from touching or going too close to the quartz heaters. Next, we come to the advantages and disadvantages of oil-filled heaters. The greatest advantage of oil-filled heaters is the fact that it heats up the entire space evenly. Therefore, even if one is not in close proximity to the heater, one would get sufficient warmth. This makes them the ideal choice for medium and large-sized families. Secondly, oil-filled heaters pose absolutely no risk of suffocation or dry eyes, as oxygen and moisture content in the room does not get reduced at all. Therefore, oil-filled heaters are very suitable for homes having infants and elderly people. Now, let's talk about some of the disadvantages of oil-filled heaters. Oil-filled heaters, specifically 11-fin and 13-fin ones, are typically larger in size in comparison to the fan or the quartz heaters. Therefore, in smaller spaces, adjusting or moving around oil-filled heaters might be a little difficult task. Apart from larger form factor, oil-filled heaters might cause a slight increase in one's monthly electricity bills. This comes from the fact that these heaters, due to their even heating capability over large areas, require more power to operate, which leads to more energy consumption. Still, if maintaining good health is one's prime objective, no other category of heaters can beat the oil-filled ones. Now, having learned the pros and cons of each type of heater, let us proceed to discuss the cost-cutting techniques used by some manufacturers to increase their profit margins, and in turn they deliver a substandard product to the customer that has very low shelf life and requires frequent service. Installing poor grade heating element. Heating element is one of the most important components of any room heater and accounts to almost 40% of the entire cost of the heater. Therefore, it is one of the favorite areas of some manufacturers to cut costs and make huge profits. Those manufacturers install heating element that lasts only 1 or 2 winter seasons. Since most manufacturers offer only 1 or 2 year warranty on their products, by the time the heating element stops functioning, the heater is already out of warranty, and the customer needs to spend more money from his pocket to get the heating element repaired or replaced, thereby giving recurring profits to the manufacturer. Another way in which some manufacturers take advantage of the customers is by fitting low quality thermostats. For those who don't know, thermostat is a device that regulates temperature in the surroundings or turns the device on or off after a certain temperature is reached. Poor quality thermostats are not able to efficiently gauge the temperature, and so they turn the heater on or off haphazardly, thereby making the heating ineffective. Now, having learned how some manufacturers cut costs, let us proceed to zero down on some of the best heaters available in the market that are not only efficient in heating but are also made of components that are long lasting and thus offer the most value for the money spent. For my recommendations, you may refer to my website sabetashirgil.blogspot.com, where I have provided the links to all the 3 types of room heaters. You may also read some of my other blogs of your interest over there. Here is a glimpse of my website post on a guide to purchasing room heaters. I will also leave a link of my website in the description box. You may check it out from there. Now, let us proceed to the review of my room heater. So this is the Havells 13-fin oil-filled radiator heater that I purchased on 14 December 2018, and it got delivered at my address the very next day, that is on 15 December. It has been almost 2 months since then that I have been using this heater, and I must say that I am quite impressed by its heating capability. It takes less than 15 minutes to sufficiently warm my bedroom, which has an area of approximately 190 square feet. The heater also has a fan functionality for the times when you need to warm the room without wanting to wait at all. With the fan turned on, it takes just 10 minutes to warm my room, after which I turn off the fan and let it run on radiation mode only. Now if I talk about the electricity bill, I paid almost the same amount this month than what I do in summer months of June and July, when air conditioners run in full swing for at least 5 hours a day. So this gives a fair idea of how much bill one can expect if one decides to purchase this heater. So with this, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay tuned to our channel for more such videos. Good luck.